Okay, that took a bit to set up. Sorry for the delayed start. I wanted to use my new avatar, but uh, the streaming program I was using wouldn't let me add the program onto my sources list for some reason, which was annoying. But here we are. So I had to reset up OBS Studio, which I haven't used in a hot minute, but that's fine. Still trying to figure out the kinks of, microphone sensitivity versus audio volume. Because sometimes the avatar will register the game volume and make my mouth move when it's not supposed to because I'm not talking. With some of the settings, how about that? Oh, perfect. Let's turn the music volume down. Not shadow quality. Oh, medium A. Medium hard. Large. I'm blind as shit. Why do all of these hurt my eyes? Ah, blue hurts at the least. Look at the credits, actually. Come on, I want to see. Oh, no, come back. Come back, I wasn't done. And Kermit. I feel like that's an inside joke. Our friends and family. Good. Lots of names on this one. None that I personally recognize, but granted, I don't entirely pay attention to credits most of the time, which I know is bad of me. The pets! Oh, cute! I love to see pets being credited. I'd love to know how they were credited. I probably will find out in the game. Oh, this is a Canadian game. Cute. Yeah, I will get there. Don't worry. I just wanted to look at the credits first. Okay, back. I wasn't seeing it for a second. I wonder if I can change this later, because that would be nice. Okay, save, go back. just hanging out for a bit and letting a few people slide in. I find it really funny that my avatar kind of matches the aesthetic of this front page here. That was absolutely not planned. Okay, I promise I'm not talking. I'm cracking my knuckles. The fucking avatar program is catching it. Ready, ready, ready. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just funny to me. I do love the very like minimal design here with the nice fancy text. I also appreciate script that's like you can tell it's script, but you can still read it. Like it's not that like super extra fancy script that is actually like hard to read unless you like know the font. Like you can tell Morticans. Like you can read it even if you never really learned script. You can tell what it's saying. Ah, the little pop 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 cat. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about with like the big open mouth. It's very cute. I didn't want anything like too distracting, but something a little animated. Waiting for like the 10-minute mark before I start. Maybe I should post on Twitter. Probably would have been smart to do. I don't know why I didn't do that. Are we at the 10-minute mark yet? Yes, we are. Alright. Start new game. Ooh, September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Ooh. It's me? Oh, it's point and click? Alright. Haven't played one of those in a really long time. Hello, and welcome to our new funeral director. Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Oh, that's me. I'm Charlie. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some more of the heavy lifting. Some of the more heavy lifting. Oh, my dyslexia. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Hello, Charlie? Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office/preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Best. Oh, you're the founder and director. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Let me guess, you're the doctor. Daughter. Daughter? Daughter. Cool. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Me either, to be honest. Guess it's just not something I really think about that much. Okay. Brain, I need you to stop autofilling the sentence, and I need you to read what the fuck is actually on here. Oi. Guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London ON, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. Oh, that's a throwback. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. This would be me. This is the kind of email I would fucking write to somebody. Let's see. Also, I signed you up for a funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift / I love you / am super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, Jen L. Oh, alright. Today's tasks. Perfect. Ooh. Okay, can I respond? That would be nice. Whoop. I wasn't done yet. Let me read that again. Thank you all. Probably should have read that before I clicked that. Okay. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon. Oh yeah, let's go. Tips for good etiquette at a funeral. I wouldn't know. I've never been to one. Which probably sounds a little more sad than you think. It's not that nobody in my family has, like, died, but, like, it was never anybody close enough to my immediate family that, like, I don't know, that we were, like, you know, felt obligated to go. Actually, that's a lie. I've been to one funeral. But I literally didn't know this person, so I was just standing there like, okay, why am I here? Which feels a little disrespectful, but again, I had never heard of this person in my life. Hi. Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. That's really funny to me. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand that you're busy, but this is a time and a place, but there is a time. Aha, it's not me. You're messing me up on purpose. We understand you're busy, but there is a time and a place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Do not be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they may need. Don't get drunk. I hate to tell you this one, buddy, but from my experience, and by my experience, I mean like specifically my friends who have been to funerals, all of them have gotten wasted. All of them. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful when with the grieving family and friends. Oh, when with the grieving family and friends. Jesus Christ, work on your grammar, please. Your sentence structure, it is fucking me up so bad. Happy reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. That's funny, because that one funeral I was talking about that I got dragged to, apparently was one of my father's friends. And he had, at one point, told my father that he didn't want people dressing super formally at his funeral. He wanted them to show up in Hawaiian shirts. So we all wore Hawaiian shirts to his funeral. I really wish I was joking, but I straight up showed up to this random guy's funeral in a Hawaiian shirt because my father told me to. We all did. Literally, me and my parents all showed up in casual Hawaiian outfits. And it's funny because the grieving family completely understood. Like, they knew that was his wish. They just chose, not to dress like that. But it was really funny when we all showed up wearing Hawaiian shirts. Ooh. Let's see. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can be even just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. Okay. So back to this real quick. Closed casket, no embalming or body preparation. Just got a washer, I think. Okay. Oh, she forwarded it to me. I did not scroll down far enough. Of course, I'll be happy to oblige your request for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. We're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Okay. Completely valid. Me fucking too. Literally, whenever I die, I would love to be turned into a like one of those like seed pods. Hey. Go here. Okay, let's see how this looks. That's not freaky at all. This is the prep room, where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. This one, I'm assuming. Clean, clean, clean. It takes a certain kind of mentality to do this sort of job, and it would not be me, I'm gonna be honest. That's it, you're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Miss Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Ooh, that flash of bright light, man. Yum. Here we go. Go, Charlie, go! Ooh. I didn't know you did that, like, right in the middle. Hello. I should be reading this. I'm so sorry. I just immediately started reading it mentally in my head. Let's see. You guys are kind of in the way. I can't, like, get to the registration book. It's fine. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Yeah, that's fair. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Yeah, those regrets will often, you know, come up at times like these. When can we go? Sir, this is your grandmother. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Okay, literally. My thoughts exactly. Or into the sewer. That's what they do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain. At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. You know, I probably shouldn't click on that. I feel like if I click on this, it's going to open it, and I'm going to piss off a lot of people. Nothing else to click on. Oh. Just do a little paid respect. Okay. I guess I can leave now. Cool beans. Whoa, time jump. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Okay, we got more emails. I am so frustrated right now. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting and hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptimus, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones and likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage, and I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research and yet am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Girl, I feel that. Cough, male colleagues. Oh no. Do you get mansplained to a lot, girl? Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyways. Correct. And I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. She's so valid. Oh my god. You're right. She is valid. Like, holy crap. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job in the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duval, if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. P.S. Charlie, dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. Give you a cute little reply. Perfect. Just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So, what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for us all. For all of us. You're welcome. Mwah! Anyways. Oh no. Hi, Matthew. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, you know, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed. In a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us. So we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, you know. While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out, some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing, just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, like, go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, you know? There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. You're doing... at my grandma's funeral. Yeah, see? You can get drunk and tipsy at funerals. It's perfectly acceptable as long as you don't make an asshat of yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, hi, Mark. Shut up. Shut up. All of you, shut up. Whoa, what happened? Whoa, 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 whoa. Go away. Why did that suddenly pop up? So sorry about that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Ooh, what to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. LOL, I'm so sorry. I really don't know how that happened. I just looked over to read the chat and I twitched my arm and it just, I don't know, OBS did something. I'm blaming OBS. Let's see. Okay. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, refrain from making inappropriate jokes. Don't do that at my funeral. Please be loud and obnoxious. Seriously. Make as many jokes as you need to. At least around the grieving family. No. Make jokes. I want jokes at my funeral. I want jokes and laughs and crying and alcohol. All of that needs to be at my funeral. And by funeral, I mean planting. because I want to be put in a seed pod and put into earth, and then I want to become a tree, and I will haunt the tree, and any fuckers who try to mess with my tree are gonna get cursed forever. That's how I want to go out. Yes, dick jokes. All the dick jokes. You know, that's a good question. Originally, for a long time, I really wanted to be a weeping willow tree, but I might pick an oak tree, I'm gonna be honest. Let's see. Hey, sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to... mental dyslexia! Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though, and if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you are wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral, or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Oh, I had a tab. You could probably be a rose bush. You be whatever you want. I would only, I love weeping willows aesthetically, but at the same time, genetically they're not entirely the best, especially for long term, whereas oak trees, have a naturally really long lifespan. At one point I wanted to be a redwood tree, but since the plague that fucked up all the redwood trees, they actually, it's like in their genes now, and they will actually just just suddenly get that disease after a certain amount of years and die. It doesn't matter where you get the redwood tree, they're all infected with it. From last I checked, don't quote me on that. I would want a tree that lasts, and I looked into it a little bit when I found out that seed pod funerals were a thing, because I hated the idea of being put in a casket, and honestly, cremating me and spreading my ashes just seemed wasteful, and personally disrespectful. I wouldn't really want to have my body, burnt to literal ash and then just thrown in the breeze. No thank you, not for me. Oh, jeez. Why are funerals so expensive? Good lord. Is the cup a Star Wars? Where are you seeing that? Oh, this one? Maybe. It kind of looks like it now that I'm really focusing on it, but also not quite. You know what? I'm gonna double check this. Hold on. Let's see. Come here, phone. Oh my god, you're right. It's literally Star Trek. It's literally knockoff Star Trek. Hold on. No, you guys need to see this. if you're not familiar with the Star Trek logo. Where is it? Give me my window capture. Look at it. That's literally... Tell me that's not the same thing. Tell me that's not the same thing. Just slightly different. Like, bro, it's the same fucking symbol. I know you were joking, but I really looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, you're right. That's so great. That's so amazing. Oh my god. Ooh. Alright, go away. There we go. That was so funny. I love that you were like, LOL, it looks like Star Trek. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, it does. As somebody who grew up watching Star Trek because of their father, I was like, wait a minute. Alright, close. Get me out of here. Let's actually do some gameplay. I've just been fucking yapping. Alright. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Start by cleaning the body. Got you, man. Go wash this old man. Go scrubby, scrubby, scrub. Scrubby, scrub, scrub. Death in the tub. Click on the razor and drag it over the body to shave it. I got you, man. Won't be nice. It's nice and gentle. Sorry, man. I know it took you your whole life to grow all that hair, but we gonna be shaving that shit off. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. I see. That is gonna be me after 10 years on T. You too. It's gonna have all this fucking hair, and eventually I'll die, and they'll be like, well, time to shave it, and my ghost is gonna pop out and be like, I worked so hard. Do not shave me. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it some shape. Well, that's gross. Sorry, man, I got you, but like... Is this it? I'm assuming that was it. Okay. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye. Yeah. Don't worry, bestie. I got you. Yeah. Glue those eyes shut. That's me when I'm trying to sift through some adult content on the internet for certain fandoms. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth and give it shape. Yeah! This is what happens when you talk shit. You'll fill your mouth with cotton. I'm sorry, that's disrespectful. I would never. To keep the mouth from opening, you need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. You know, this is honestly very similar to a video I saw once explaining the opening sequence of Coraline and how the act of making the doll was almost exactly like embalming and, like, you know, literally doing all of this to a body, but she does it to Coraline's doll. Meaning she's literally, from the beginning of the movie, prepping her for her own death. Let's see. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. I got you, man. Oh, lotion up that regular old man skin. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck. You know, this is not what I meant when I said I was gonna cut a bitch, but, you know, I'll go with it. I guess this would be a good job for a vampire. A little morally questionable, but, you know, When you're desperate and thirsty, you do what you gotta do. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it into the neck incision. I'm assuming, you know, this is the kind of blood that you can't, like, donate because it's deceased blood. Let me see what you have. A knife! Knife cat, but it's just a corpse. Click on the cannula and drag it into the carotid artery. This is how you'll get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. This thing? What the fuck is a cannula? I almost read it as like a cannoli, and I was like, that is that is not correct. That is not correct, because according to the encyclopedia of... Okay, is this it? No, trocar. Cannula. I'm so glad this shit is labeled. Ugh. Okay. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. I got you. Hold on. Here. How do I connect you? Click and drag? I don't know how to do this. Help! Ew, the squishy sounds are killing me. Well, thank God this isn't supernatural. Though, it would be funny thinking of, like, the nutritional aspects between, like, drinking the blood of a dead person versus drinking the blood of an alive person, because vampires drink blood, theoretically. I'm not a super expert on vampirism, this is kind of just what I've always thought, but, like, they drink blood because blood is literally considered lifeblood. It is the lifeblood of the body. It literally goes throughout your entire body and brings oxygen and nutrients to everything. And so, as an immortal being that technically has no blood, drinking blood gives them their sustenance. So, like, if you drink a dead person's blood, is it still as nutritionally, nutritious as drinking a live person's blood? Like, does it matter? Is it going to affect a vampire's health? Are they going to get sick from it? Is it like drinking, like, spoiled milk versus regular milk? Is it like drinking wine versus grape juice? Like, is there a difference? Can you imagine? I'm literally sitting here thinking now, if you drink a dead person's blood as a vampire, is it the same as drinking alcohol as a human instead of water? Like, I'm serious. Like, do you think corpse blood is the same as alcohol to vampires? Vampires getting drunk. You get me. You get me. You understand. Okay, how the fuck do I connect this shit? Here? Oh, I had to click on the incision. Okay, that makes more sense. Get out of here. Click on the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. Ew. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, massage it through the body. Ew. Yeah, see, I would not be able to do this job. I'm gonna be honest. Bodies are really not my thing. Even as an introvert, you know, I'm just like, you know, corpses are not necessarily my idea of good company. As, you know, quiet and non-stimulating as they are, probably not something I would like to spend my time on. This is my employee training. Honestly, babe, if you wanted to go be a freaking funeral director and embalm bodies, I'd be so okay with that. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until all the liquid has been drained. Ew. Okay. I'm sucking out your spleen juice. Slurp, 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 slurp. How many times do I have to do this? Are you done yet? I'm assuming until... Prune juice, you're right. Dead old man blood is just prune juice for vampires. Oh, you do it until the X disappears. Okay. Necro, I'm so sorry because I know you write vampire fanfiction and probably have a lot more knowledge about this than any of us, but I hope it's at least a little entertaining. Oh my god, give me your juice! Squeeze the orange. Squeeze it empty. Listen, vampire lore is whatever you make it out to be. Until an actual vampire declares itself and gives me the full lowdown of the lore, you can make vampire lore whatever you want. How many times am I gonna have to click on this? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, that was so long. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Time to attend the funeral. It would be nice if at some point in this game, we got to go to the funeral of, like, people from other cultures and you could actually, like, see us dress differently and see the different styles of funerals, because I think that would be very lovely and inclusive. Alright, let's talk to you guys. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is gone. Just, like, gone. Yeah. It's weird to think about for too long, like, staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. Bro, if you feel fuzzy when staring at the sun, I have some bad news for you. How our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah, it's called mortality. I wouldn't know. I'm a vampire. Look at my little teeth. I go, ow, and then I go, slurp, 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 slurp. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but, like, definitely not red, no matter what. Literally, why are you staring at the sun? Are you fucking Donald Trump looking at the fucking eclipse? Put your fucking sunglasses on and move on with your life. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Hey man, what are you playing? Pokemon? Who's your favorite starter? It better be Cyndaquil. Can I write in the book? Still won't let me write in the book. Okay. Enjoy your corpse party. December 2, 10:22 a.m. Okay, me though walks over to him. You got games on your phone? You got games on your phone? Oh, is this the incinerator? Do I get to burn a bitch? I would love to burn a bitch. Yeah, standard cremation. I don't gotta do shit. Died from breast cancer. R.I.P. Like, for real. Thank you for the wonderful staff put together for my father's funeral to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Welcome. Yes, give me the tea, girl. I am ready. I am ready for your tea, Jen Love. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know, you hate when I try to give you dating advice. Oh, please, give me dating advice. Let's see how bad it is from a fucking straight white woman. But hear me out. Sorry, I'm assuming you're straight. That's homophobic of me. But hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Oh my god. Not Death Tinder. It's just called Hell, but it's like 1L. Which is funny, because it's also a mythology reference to fucking Nordic mythology. Hel, Loki's daughter. Which is funny, because she's also the Nordic goddess of death. She's literally portrayed as a beautiful woman who is actually half of a skeleton. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the breakup of 2014. Is that the bite of 87? That we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. Listen, I'm a vampire. I don't need that shit. Why do you think I took this job? You're just mad because I heard you laugh in the other room. I hear you! I hear you laughing! So maybe meeting somebody, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetic are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. I get that from the blood that I drink. Don't worry. We're good. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Me too, girl. All of my friends are fucking freaks and I love them. The breakup of 2014 is your title of is your bite of 87. You're right. You're right. Like dating anybody in 2014? No, that was 2 years after I graduated. Oh my god, it's been so long. It's been 12 years since I graduated high school. Oh jeez. Okay, we're not gonna talk about it. Moving on. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine, quote unquote wine, for our next Skype date. Ooh, the Skype still throws me off. P.S. If you sign up for not dead meat, stop. That's just as good. Isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? You're absolutely right, Jen. It is fucking hilarious. Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet though. I love this girl. I wish she was fucking real. Listen, if anybody is like this girl, I want to be friends with you. I want to be friends with you so bad. LGBTQ funerals? Oh, I was not expecting queer funerals to come up in this game. MarsMallow lore, lol. You already knew that lore. You live with me. I tell you all of this shit. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are, at times, subject to during their funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut or buried under the wrong names and subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. I swear to God, whenever I die, at the absolute very least, call me by my preferred name. I don't even care if you use the right pronouns. Pronouns don't fucking matter to me. You better call me fucking by my name, or we are going to have a problem. I will haunt your ass, and I will fucking freak you out for the rest of your life, and then when you die, I'm gonna haunt your damn ass ghost and never let you forget a moment of it. I will haunt you for eternity, long after we are both dead. Anyways, we care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care, and this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other known sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different. Literally, exactly. I actually don't care if I ever get dug up by people hundreds or thousands of years from now and they think I'm a woman based on my skeletal structure. I literally don't fucking care. As long as I'm respected as my gender identity in my life, that's all I fucking care about. And, well, at my funeral. That's it. That's all I care about. I am a haunted trans ghost. I will haunt you like hell if you fucking misgender me or misname me. Like, I don't care. If you speak of me solely as a woman at my funeral, and like no other pronouns are used or terminology used, then I'm gonna haunt your ass. But otherwise, I don't fucking care. A new superhero idea. Honestly, yeah, I could see it. And because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. This is why I really try not to refer to people by pronouns until they correct me. Or at least I'll like do some observation and listening and see what other people are referring to them as and how they react to that. Or, the smart thing, and I just fucking ask, save my ass some time. Let's see. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it. So a step in the right direction. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So, what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage. That, thankfully, for the most part, depending on your state, is not entirely a problem anymore since same-sex marriage got universally legalized in the United States. I know there's some more conservative states that are putting up loophole laws and just being assholes in general about this, but you know, honestly, when in doubt, I just fucking ask. I go, "Hi, I'm blah blah blah," and I use blah blah pronouns. Or like if they ask, honestly, I really don't care about the pronouns part too much anymore. I used to, and frankly, I just don't anymore. It's so exhausting. Just literally, as long as you're not doing it maliciously, I don't care what you use. If you're using female pronouns because you've clocked me as a transgender man, then I'm gonna be mad. But if you're using female pronouns, like, especially if you're like a kid, because I work with kids and they all use female pronouns for me, which I really can't blame them for. Their concept of gender is not entirely fully developed, especially because they're really young kids. They see boy, no chest, very rectangular, and they see girl, you know, bitties, and more of a curvy body shape and longer hair and that sort of thing. So, by a child's perspective, I look like a woman, but I don't care that they use female pronouns because they still call me by my preferred name. They literally don't care. Actually, I had that experience today. Sorry, I would just remembered because I got home from work recently, and my usual coworker was out because she's a high schooler and had some after-school things she had to go to. So I actually had a much older lady who often substitutes whenever there's a last-second dropout like that, because she apparently literally called out just like earlier today, which she almost never does. And I mean like very like maybe like an hour or two before work apparently. And this is the woman that he calls, that my boss calls when he has a random sudden dropout and doesn't have enough time to find like an appropriate replacement. I mean, she is an appropriate replacement. She's technically retired though, which is why he tries not to rely on her. But it was funny because we have a sign-in sheet, and on my sign-in sheet, I have to write my legal name for payment reasons. But she knows that I go by my preferred name, and she questioned me on it because she signed in right after me, so my page was still open, and she was like, "Wait a minute, why does your page say this name and not, the name that I use?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's just my preferred name. The one on my paper is my legal name. I just prefer people, not call me that." And she just was like, "Oh, okay." Mind you, I need to reiterate that this is a very old woman. Like, probably going to be next in this game, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's that pretty old. And she just went, "Oh, okay," and she just moved the fuck on. And she never misnamed me that entire time. And when we moved from the art room to the upstairs gym, we start in the art room because it's a very small school, and the gym is used for parent pickup, which lasts about 30 minutes after the school gets out, and then we go upstairs. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm a little too funny. It's a curse, really. Um, but when we finally went upstairs to the gym after parent pickup was done, she came over to me and she was like, I am so sorry. I know we like clarified, you know, your preferred name earlier. I completely forgot to ask, what are your preferred pronouns? This is like a 80-something-year-old woman who very politely came up to me and asked me what my pronouns were. I don't want to hear a single damn excuse from boomers being like, oh, but it's so hard just to call you this. Oh, it's so hard to transition and call you your preferred name or call you these pronouns because I've been so used to calling like I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had top surgery yet and I have giant badongas, and this woman just immediately switched to my preferred name and pronouns without a single goddamn problem. I don't want to hear a single thing from boomers or anyone else about how hard it is to fucking transition to using someone's preferred name and pronouns. It's not. It's not that fucking hard. And people who say that I was literally bitching about this with my boyfriend earlier today. Tell them, Leica. Tell them that we were literally talking about this earlier today. Exactly. It's not age. It's effort. It's effort. That's all it fucking is. It's respect. If you don't fucking respect me, you're gonna make that fucking excuse. Oh, it's so hard because I've been calling you this for so long and referring to you as a woman. I can't. It's so hard. I'm gonna need more reminders. Like, please be patient with me. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I'm sorry. This is my gender identity. This is my pronouns. This is my name. If you can't respect that, I am simply not going to include you in my life. I don't care what our relationship was before. If you can't respect that and you can't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as fucking that. Anyways, go ahead, Leica. I am going to continue reading this. Weird rant. I'm sorry. In America, especially, some marriages may not be recognized, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in your burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. That's literally my whole job. My whole job here in this game is to honor the deceased. Why? Why should I be disrespectful towards them and use the wrong name and pronouns? It's literally not that hard. I'm sorry, but if Jennifer would prefer to be called Jen or Jenny, and you can do that, or if fucking Daniel likes to be called Dan or Danny, and you can do that, why can't you change from a trans person's legal name to their preferred name? It's really not that hard. If you can correct yourself on a dog's gender when you misgender them and their owner goes, oh, she's actually a girl, when you call them a good boy, like, you're just gonna go, oh, I'm so sorry, and you're gonna pet them again and go, you're such a good girl. Like, it's literally not that hard. It's not. Oy. Okay, I'm good. No more rants about name and gender. We're good. You're dealing with dead bodies. I don't need to beat a dead horse any more than it's already been fucking abused. Okay, I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash, 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. That's something I would do. Piñata beats the gender piñata. Actually, beats the gray piñata labeled boomer, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of it. Let me fucking tell you that. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes. Whoop. This is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing, and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Wait, I didn't respond to her email. Hold on, I have to do that. Okay, I'm on it. Let's go. I know, I'm sorry you have to find out this way that I'm fucking hilarious. Girl, close them eyes. Before we cremate Miss Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Okay. Miss Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process is to not damage them. Let's start by removing Miss Hall's necklace. Okay. I go slurp. We need to be able to identify Miss Hall's remains after she has been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Okay. Oh my god. Not dog tag death. Great. Miss Hall is all set to be cremated now. Girl, don't even. Don't do it. Yeah, click the button. Set this bitch on fire. This body's on fire. This body's on fire. Okay, are we done? Do I get to sweep out the ashes or something? What do I do now? Oh, maybe over here? Urn, duh, obviously. I know, I'm too funny for this. This is why my boyfriend told me to be a streamer. Why be in my walls when you can walk in my room and give me the fucking disappointed look while straining to hide a smile because you know I'm fucking hilarious? This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremations doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone and fragments. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. This is so random, but did you know that spreading ashes in Disney can actually earn you a lifetime ban? I learned that recently. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. What's up? Woo. Alright, just gonna fling the banana in there. Wah! Do a backflip. Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Got you. The banana bone. Listen, I don't care how I'm perceived after death, but make sure my banana bone is in pristine condition. I need it to be pristine. Praline, even. Make sure to put Miss Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and drag it into the urn. Okay. Don't forget the tag. Last step. Click on the urn's lid and drag it on top of the urn. Boop. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Michael Mouse when you spread your ashes in his sacred land. Okay, literally. Okay, I'm gonna do this last round. And I'm not gonna stop streaming, but god, do I have to fucking pee. Sorry for that TMI. I have a bladder the size of a fucking water balloon. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. Food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Yeah. Listen, if there are not cream cheese filled crab rangoons at my funeral, don't bother. Just fucking don't bother. Alright, what are you guys talking about? The rangoons, mother. Mother, I crave the rangoons. Mother, the rangoons, mother. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. Fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. Me too. Make it a fucking party. I once made a joke that, if I was gonna have a casket funeral, I wanted to be swung into the church by a fucking, demolition ball while someone blasted fucking, God, what the fuck was that song? I can't fucking remember anymore. Oh, Chandelier. 'Cause I'm gonna swing like the chandelier. And then my fucking casket comes ricocheting through the fucking stained glass window. Okay, but yes, also Wrecking Ball. Both. I want both played at my funeral. swing my fucking seed pod in and detach the fucking chain at the last second, so I fucking dive bomb into my fucking hole like a fucking basketball. Oh, it is Valentine's Day. Okay, hold on. I have to pee so bad. I will be right back. Okay. See, my fucking avatar is so so sensitive. The cheetah meme. I do have that meme. I don't think if I sent it to all of you. Okay, what's next? News about the future of Rose and Daughter's funeral home. Oh no, she's closing her funeral home. Hi all, it is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. And you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations, than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprise Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though, honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. I'm so sorry, girl. Why is there only ragoon to eat and nothing else? It's my fault. I'm sorry. It was in my will. There shall be only rangoons. It's like no take, only throw. No food, only rangoon. Another thing you know. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service and she would have been happy with it. It's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Please just cremate my father. He has a pacemaker, too. The doctor told me that it would need to be removed. Thanks. Pacemaker. Yeah, sorry, Amy. The Rangoons are kind of more important. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today, not my usual self. It would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out and you would know somebody I could talk to about all of this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother had lived a full, good life and was very happy and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for any inconvenience. For being an inconvenience. This is my boyfriend. Love you so bad, babe. You're like, I'm literally depressed as fuck and having a really hard time. Sorry I'm troubling you with this. And I'm just like, anyways, tucks you in, gives you comfort food, and puts on Star Wars. Beat, you're fine. Relax. Jen. Charlie. I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? Yeah, I get it. You're funny, girl. It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like, seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at that hotel for 3 years. But I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. You're cute. She's cute. I like her. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. I think this is what I was talking about. Hold on. I think it is. Hold on. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly it's that the bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment. And bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Okay, not entirely what I was talking about, but very close. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore preserved natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. I think it's great. If you can't put me in a seed pod, just dump me in a hole in the ground. It's fine. Mark me with like a twig or something. Hello, how do I take out your pacemaker? Oh, snip, snip. Okay. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to... Whoa. Hello. Scared the shit out of me. So we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. I don't know, a little fireworks to spice up the end of your life, so to say. Let's start by removing his paper. Click and drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. Got you. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps and to click and drag. Blech. Okay. put the forceps away, and place the round identification tag in the coffin. Mr. Reyes is all set to be cremated now. Listen, it's only arson if it's illegal. This is legal arson. Man, can you imagine becoming a mortician and that bitch who used to bully you in high school comes in, died of fucking something stupid that you knew she was gonna die from? Come on. Can you imagine the gratification? I think that would be the best day of my life as a mortician. Yep. Earn. Banana bone! What's that fucking banana song from Charlie the Unicorn? Banana phone? No, I don't remember. Hey, back on there. Nope. And nope. Sexy. Yeah, good night. Have fun. This will be recorded if you want to watch the rest later. Yes, put the banana in your ear. That's what it was. Thank you. Wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Lesbians? Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. He probably had trauma, girl, or was incredibly autistic. You probably should have tried to communicate better with him. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course, he never listened to me, so that figures this is gonna be me at my father's funeral. Pay my respects, do a little bow. Move the fuck on. February 28th. That's my brother's birthday. Or it's the 29th. Fuck, I can't remember. I'm terrible. Hi Amy, I just want to thank you for the service the other month and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock to me and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Jen loves mushrooms. You hate mushrooms so much I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know. Shocker. Look what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it and I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? Girl! God. Not the mushy suit. Let's see. But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? There's never harm in planning ahead. I'm sorry, but death is something that you really just can't plan for. That shit can just come out of fucking nowhere. Always plan for it. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles. I almost read that as testicles. Listicles here, but for any month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people. But, fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what to not say to someone who is grieving. So here it is, Funerals Monthly's top 5 things to not say at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this, / it's probably not your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. That, you rewrite that a little. They're with the angels now. See above's note, then rinse repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. Wanna help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Ah, okay. This one is going to be a little harder. Not for me personally, but for anyone watching this in the future. This one is about suicide. So, suicide warning right here. I'm gonna give you a moment if you want to skip. Not entirely sure till when, but if you want to mute it, it's fine. Just wait until I'm off this page and you'll be good. Let's see. Charlie. I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation. Yet, anyways, they're never easy. Rosen Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but what you have to do as his family wishes. Good to know. I will definitely make sure to write my will about a natural burial or seed pod, and have several people sign that shit. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is this suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Okay. I am now off the page if anyone wants to pop back in. Does anybody have an opinion on whether you want me to do this or not? I personally don't have a problem proceeding with it. If anybody would rather I not, I will absolutely click no, I'm not comfortable, and we can skip to the other type of cremation funeral thing. I'm gonna sit here for a moment. Okay. R.I.P. Rip Oracle. Yes, I'm comfortable with this. Boop. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Body. Shave the body. Sorry, man. Break rigor mortis by massaging the body. Insert eye caps into socket. Eyes shut. Tink, tink. Cotton balls in the mouth. Well, bam. Suture the mouth shut. Doop, 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 doop. Moisturize. Moisturize me, moisturize me. Incision in the neck. Bam, bam. Tube for the draining. Tube. And start the embalming machine. Massage. 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 Blah. This way. Down the other. This way. This way. And down the other arm. Yeah, I remember. Alright, sew this motherfucker shut. Bam, bam, bam. I gotta slurp out his juices. Why did that not take very long? Was I not clicking and holding as long as I needed to? Thank you, Mike. And down we go, into the funeral room. Click. Got it. Where's the parents? Cox gun. I just want to talk. Politely, I will not be reading these ones out loud. I will probably be jumping through a little faster. I know this is a very sensitive subject for people sometimes. Yeah, you can thank his family for it being a public open casket when he said he just wanted cremation. Yep. All of those are probably the very appropriate reactions to this. Back in. Do I get to do the second? Oh, okay. March 3rd. 10:45 a.m. Chad Grant. Yeah, you look like a Chad. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across this country. Yeah, okay. Another tally on the wall. Why not? But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. I'm not. Fuck off. Okay, literally. Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection. You can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? Girl, I ask myself that all the time when I'm writing RP. But after this event that I'm going... But anyway, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe place. The Death Cafe. Oh no. Come, increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday." Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with a death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Interment. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of the turning of the bones, or Famadahana, a ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar? Famadahana, I hope I say it right, as families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. I'm gonna be honest, the font for this is not great for people with dyslexia. I don't know, is it? My apologies. Is it the game audio or me speaking? It's my talking. I apologize. I'm not sure how to fix that one. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. I was honestly just having trouble speaking because it was a lot. Prepare Miss Lonesco's body for cremation. Yeah, throw her in the fire. Body fire. This is a normal thing to do. Hehehe. I was waiting for that one. Banana phone, dee. Banana phone. To be or not to be? That is the question. Welcome back. This is the most people I've seen in a room so far. Oh, not a car accident death. Oh. Okay, so she was a biker who got hit by a driver who wasn't paying attention and died. Of their partner. Oh no. They're lesbians. Oh girl, I'm so sorry. That literally just clicked for me. I'm so sorry. I was like focused on reading. I didn't register it was a female model. Female presenting model. Okay, me too, girl. That would also be how I would deal with the death of somebody, is drink some wine and binge watch something. Oh right, pay respects to the urn. March 24th. Oh, we're caring for a little plant. Wonder if it's always been that big. I wasn't paying attention. I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry, and no, I will not say hangry ever. Can't relate. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premise belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. LOL, why? First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly, to this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e., always encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. That is predatory as fuck. I hate funeral homes. I always knew they were like this, and I fucking hate it. Really? Ew. I remember in the first one that they were glad that you were allowed to bring in your own food and eat homemade, like, you know, homemade meals with their loved ones that they used to eat while they were alive. Why would the fuck would you take that away? So you can make more fucking money over grieving people? I fucking hate corporate funeral homes. I hate them so fucking much. Just put me in the earth. I don't care. Don't put me in a funeral home, ever. I'm so serious about that. Save your fucking money, throw me in the dirt for free, have a little witchy bonfire dance where you're all fucking naked in the forest, and move the fuck on. That's all I want. Plant a little seed on top of me, I don't care. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner, Catering Concepts, provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can be easily defrosted the morning of the funeral. I hate it. I wish I had an unhappy avatar so I didn't look like I was fucking smiling through this. Yeah, have fun. Make sure you vent. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services. It's not high-quality services. It's predatory as shit. I hate it. Fuck off. I would literally quit and just switch to a different mom-and-pop one. I'm sorry. I would. Hello, Charlotte. Ew, don't fucking call me that. My name is Charlie. Do we need to have this conversation again? Ew, I hate you. I hate. I'm good. You know what? I'm sorry. I can't fucking read this. Honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but we are descended from apes. Gorillas, that sort of thing. We are descended from that. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Girl, relax. Home funerals. Why do it? The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. It's not, by the way. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Yeah, honestly. Let me look dead. Sorry. Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give the opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased's body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand the decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply, given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. Fuck off. Fucking disrespectful as shit. Fucking hate funeral home corporations. I'd much rather, if I have to go to a funeral home, please bring me to a mom and pop one. And make sure you do your research to make sure that they're respectful and do environmentally friendly funerals. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting this identification tag into the coffin with him. This gentleman is all set to be cremated now. I love how I got that email and my character purposefully has short sleeves on. Yep. Oh, right. Turn first. Banana bone. Give me that femur. Wha-bam! Think. Think. Who the fuck is even gonna be here if it's an unclaimed body? Damn. Just me, I guess. To be that way. How odd would it be to go to a funeral and you're literally the only one there? I would love it if this fucking industry burned the fuck to the ground. Like, please, take it out. I miss Amy. Amy, come back. Come out of retirement. Wah. Say just say fucking psych. Just say LOL, April Fools. Ha 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 ha. Great. Okay, this is true. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. From Jen Love to Charlie. Dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. Oh my god, you're queer. I love you even more now. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work, and also isn't too into it like that last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? Ugh, I can't remember. A bisexual slash pansexual? We fucking love it. I love that. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento Mori or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel and be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100%, no matter what you decide. I feel like, based on this, I'm gonna register my own funeral business. Water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. Water cremation? What the fuck is that? We can call it a few different things, like flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide, or perhaps more commonly, resomation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here, and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. Oh? But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. Death soup! Shut up! Full of soup, and it's fucking water cremation. Me, a mortician, puts the body in water cremation. Good soup. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them. And water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali in water heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who didn't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. I'm learning so much from this game. I gotta be honest. I really die. I hate this man. I hate this motherfucker. I want him dead. I want him at my fucking morgue next. Get on my table, bitch. You're next. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. Okay. Go. Glue the eyes shut. Just think of it as permanent eyeliner. Permanent mascara, even. Death soup. Cotton balls in the mouth. This is what it's like when you get high, especially when you overdose a little bit and you get a little too high and you get cotton mouth. It literally feels like you have a fucking mouthful of cotton balls, which is why instead of munchies, some people get Slurpees. My boyfriend gets Slurpees. Oh, moisturize, moisturize me, moisturize me. My boyfriend gets hella Slurpees when he gets high. He uses medical marijuana for pain uses because he has severe chronic pain from multiple disabilities. Not even looking at the instructions on this point. I've done this. I feel like I've done this too many times and I don't even want to be a mortician. But that's literally what it feels like. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. It keeps you hydrated, especially if you have like trouble like staying hydrated. I actually find that it makes it a lot easier to consume sustenance. Water, food, doesn't matter. Because munchies and Slurpees, as my boyfriend calls the urge to drink and clear the cotton mouth, are very helpful, especially as somebody like myself who used to have an eating disorder and has a lot of body dysmorphia and body issues over the years. So it's actually very helpful in managing that. Not to mention, I really don't ever get like hungover per se, unless I don't hydrate enough the night before. And honestly, that doesn't happen very often because, again, it makes you want to eat. It makes you want to consume food. Like, honestly, if you're high, food always sounds amazing. Shit you would never eat before, concoctions you would never think of, sound like the most delicious thing on earth. And then you eat them. And sometimes you realize you're right. Granted, the trick that we have, is any weird concoction that we make while we're not sober, we have to recreate while we're sober to really see if it's good, or if to see if it's good, or if it was just because we were high. 90% of the time, it's actually good, which has introduced some very odd concoctions and food combinations into our household. Always hungry. Yeah, me too, girl. Yeah, it is really impersonal. One kid doing karaoke. Yes, please continue to complain. Ugh, assholes. I hate funeral homes. I'm going to be repeating that a lot, but I fucking hate large corporation funeral homes. They are literally the most predatory, disgusting businesses ever on this fucking planet. That's coming from somebody who literally hates all types of capitalism and large corporation businesses like that. Oh? Did I start my own place? Oh, please, that would be lovely. Charlie dear, I am so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there is anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I am always happy to help. Best wishes. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. You'll never believe what new job I am working now. Open this email to find out. If that's not clickbait, I don't know what is. Heya, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I, respectfully, disagree. And thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I don't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. Honestly, driving a bus is incredibly intimidating. There are so many advertisements in my area for bus drivers, and I feel really awful because it would be a good second job for me. But literally, I cannot bring myself to get inside that giant-ass vehicle and safely steer it on the road full of vulnerable-ass children who are probably being wild and crazy and making it hard to do my job. I could never. I have so much respect for bus drivers and all the fucking bullshit that they have to put up with. Like, good God. Could never be me. Could literally never. So much respect to bus drivers, for real. Let's see. And besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Okay, me though. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy that I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. That's me. I don't want any kids. I'm usually also pretty cynical about kids. And then I ended up working in an elementary school. Not entirely by choice, mind you. I'm kind of really desperate for money, and this fucking economy is awful. I can't even get a job that I have several years of experience in. Just happen to make the right connections for this one, even if it's not necessarily a job I would prefer to be doing. But it's not terrible, and admittedly, yes, sometimes the kids are cute and endearing. The kids get excited to see me, they run up and hug me, they ask to do their homework with me, because they like being around me, which, oddly enough, is kind of validating. Especially since when I was their age, nobody fucking wanted to be around me. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya. Jen! Yes. Charlie, I am so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. Trying not to be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and check out your new space. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier. See you at 1 p.m. Please tell me I am now my own funeral director. That would be so delightful. Look at all the plants she has. She started a natural funeral home. A green funeral home. Oh, I fucking love this. Oh, I love this so much. Yes, hello. And they planted little trees. Please stop. That's so cute. That's so respectful and lovely. The slow zoom out. Oh, fade to white. Protect your eyes. Ah! There we go. A Mortician's Tale. That was the full game. Honestly, you guys all did amazing. It was a lot of reading, which is not always my favorite, but it was good story, very simple mechanics, easy to follow. I literally had the process memorized by the third body. And now the in loving memory makes a little more sense. Yep, special thanks to all of you guys. Here's the pets. Hello, little guys. Give you all a little pet. Pet, 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 pet. Delightful. I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I would. Mortician is not exactly a job I could ever see myself doing. Especially, actually interacting with the bodies beyond, you know, like cremation and things like that. I could probably be an assistant, but I don't think I could, like, for things like, you know, setting up equipment or collecting ashes out of the cremation machine, quote unquote ashes, the body parts, I wouldn't really mind. But honestly, probably not a different kind of job that I could see myself doing. Well, there you go. That was a Mortician's tale. And oddly enough, finished 30 minutes before my scheduled end of stream time. Very nice. I actually enjoyed that quite a lot. And it was a nice game to uh, promote my little guy over here. Hello, that's me, little guy. That was delightful. That was not a game I thought I would enjoy as much as I did. I got it from one of those Ichio bundles. I think specifically the one for racial injustice and equality. I bought it literally like 4 years ago and regretfully never went through it until like a week ago. And I ended up downloading about 91 games from it. So I have a large selection to breeze through. I also got the bundle for Palestine. I missed the bundle for Ukraine, unfortunately. But I'm going to go through the bundle for Palestine at some point and add it to my list of games to eventually play. So I have no shortage of games to play. And I'm actually quite excited to start getting through more of them and streaming more regularly. It's something I always wanted to do, and never really had the courage to do it just because I have a lot of social anxiety, especially when it comes to my voice. So, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Or at least, you know, you Aquastone who's still here. Thank you for joining. I'm probably going to end the stream now, so you're welcome to continue about your night, evening, afternoon, wherever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you next stream. Bye-bye.